So let's start on the fourth attempt to make an inbox review of the new Italeri TF-104G Starfighter. I ordered the kit last week. First Italeri said they bring out a TF version in 2017, but it wasn't there. So this year, fortunately, it is. And with more liveries than they initially thought of the model in 2017. Well, there's little damage, but what I say, it's the fourth attempt to make an inbox review. One time I bumped the box. When it got delivered, it was completely fine. First sight, you see some pictures of the finished model. Of course, an Italian version, the PE thread that's in there, and the two decal sheets they're made by Cartograph. On the other side, you can see all the liveries that are inside. Two Italians, one German. This is an F-104F, so it's another instrument panel that's also included, and the instructions also say it. The CF-104D from the Canadians, a G from the US Air Force, the Spanish Air Force, the Belgian Air Force, and the Dutch Air Force. Well, I'm a Dutch guy. I will make the Dutch Air Force, so sorry. Probably there will be coming aftermarket decal sheets for more liveries. For what I know, Dutch Decal is making one for more Dutch liveries. So, the box is the same as the other F-104s Italeri made. It's pretty big, with a lot of plastic. What I say, it's already the fourth attempt, so the plastic bags are gone. We have a lot of plastic, of course. We have to build something. We go to there later on. We have a manual. If you have a kit of the G version, it looked more like these photos, and now it's all in drawings, but it's clear. Paint instruction and decal instruction. What I already said. A lot of decals. Just grab them. Yep. Go with them later. Some clear parts and some PE parts. So first, let's start with a big plastic pile. Oh well, yeah. These two you will also have in the G version. Some underwing tanks and tip tanks, well, part of it. Some rockets, yeah, well, it doesn't have them on the G version. Pylons, the two different main wheels, parts of a C2 seat. What's in the same bag but is an extra is this sprue. You can make a second Martin Beaker seat. So all the details are looking fine. What you can see later on the big sprues, on the fuselage parts, the panel lines are pretty deep again. So. Then the next bag, well, what should be in a bag, is the tail section and the engine section. The G version, you can choose between two types of nozzles. You can see this is exactly the same sprue, only in the TF version it only uses the nozzle of the G79, if I'm correct. The ACES ladder, there's only one in it, and a card for the tail section if you decide to make the plane in two parts. well, here we have the wings, the other parts of the tip tanks, launcher rails, and the tail section, and hopefully you can see it, the panel lines. It's the same as on the first version, so they're pretty deep, but it didn't matter me. But if it bothers you, you can smooth them out, of course. Then the next bag. You can also find these screws in the G version. First look to the main fuselage. This is almost the same as on the single-seater version. This is a completely new part. The main fuselage. They made a new mold for it, and there's a difference in it. You can see the gun bay. What should be here in the single-seat version isn't there. You can't get open it. On the other hand, on the right hand side of the aircraft, they make a small compartment with, I thought, the fuses. You can put it open, and this is the part that should be there. This sprue is also completely new designed. Two sets for the ejection seat, a second top for the cockpit, a panel, new section for the nose gear, because that's different in the TF version. Two tubes for defrogging, so that looks nice. And yeah, I'm happy with it. What I see now, again, they did a little bit more of profile, but on the real aircraft this was made of canvas, so this doesn't look like canvas. What I did was take some toilet paper, make it wet, soak it in some glue and water, and put it in place, so it looked more like the canvas that was in the real aircraft, except instead of this plastic. So, well, those were the sprues. I know it's a quick one, but what I say, it's the 4th time I do this, and I'm getting tired of it. Sorry. Back to this one. You see the two different main gear doors with the bolt doors and the flat doors. There is the gun port and the gun port cover. You won't need it because yeah, it's a jewel and there wasn't a gun in. Yeah, we look at the piece, what's delivered with it. It's other seat belts, the harness for the C2 seats, some mirrors, the sections where you can split the fuselage with the tail. What you miss maybe is the cockpit panels, the instrument panels, the side control panels. It isn't here anymore. It doesn't bother me. On the G version I also choose to use the kit parts and not the PE parts because I thought they look better. Were more raised and not a flat surface. What was it on the PE? So I'm gonna use some things. I will make one aircraft, so I leave the rings out. I did it also by the G, and it worked fine for me. But it is there if you want to make it open. Then the decal versions. Well, two big sheets of decals. They put for which version it is, the A, B, C, what you want. The E, the United States. Yeah, it looks pretty colorful. The markings look nice. It's sharp printed. You can read the text that's on there. Yeah, what I say, I will look especially to the Dutch version. The G had the serial numbers too small. That was more for the 1:48 scale. This time it's okay. For the other nations, I can't really say. I I think they did their homework, so that should be fine. And they look really nice. So the decals for the G version, also made by Cartograph, really worked fine with Set and Sol, so I don't think there's a problem with these decals. Oh, I forget the one screw. Those are the clear parts. If you first look at them, they look pretty fine. But if you look better and more detailed, all the really clear parts, you can see little bumps in it and little dents. Sometimes there are some scratches in it. That's unfortunately, but with some polishing you won't see it. And you can make a really decent aircraft. It cannot be open or closed. It really doesn't matter, I think. Maybe I can show something how it looks like. You can still read everything in it, so that should be okay and no problem. But yeah, the small defects, you have to polish it. Yeah, well, it's a hobby, so it takes time. And that's the fun, isn't it? Then, the manual. You can see the overview parts of the sprues there are. I will take also the G version. And then you can see a lot of them are the same. So, up closed. Yeah. There's a really difference in the A sprue in the fuselage. The rest is the same. The B is the same, the D is the same. Well, you have it twice. The C is different, as you can see. And then you have the E is also the same. In the E part there is the ACES stairs. There's only one in the kit for the TF. So if you want 2 stairs, make a copy or grab it from another 104 kit in this scale, and you can make sort of diorama from it. What I already said, in the G version it looked more like they were taking pictures of the parts, while in the TF version they did go back to the normal drawings I know of instruction sheets. So it doesn't really matter. I don't think it's a problem. So yeah, it's funny that they did go back in that one. The C2 seat has 2 different versions in it, and it's also included in the kit. It's from me first. I built the Hasegawa 1-48 G version, and those seats are completely the same. So they did really their homework. Well, if you go through it, there's the back IP, what I said. There's an F version in it, and it has a different cockpit, rear cockpit. See if I can find it real quick. Not real quick, but front. Ah. Here you see the rear cockpit of a TFG. So what's is most of it, and if you go further, those are the computers. This is the F version. So you can see there's no radar. That's exactly the most different thing. Some gouges are other places, but that's only for the F version, so the German version. That's for keeping in mind. Yeah, what I say, they did their homework. Well, for the rest, it says almost everything, the same steps as in the G version. So just follow it. You have some PE parts, so they always say how to bend it, that's nice. Where to bend it, where you have to install it and how to install it. So yeah, it looks nice and decent. Even those parts, maybe I can find them also in the book I've got for my references. This front seat, yeah, you can see even that they put in what I didn't see on the 104 scale, 1:48 scale. These are the horns, I mean. Yeah, they really did their homework for it. So, what I say, there's only one stairs. It's really nice. They put them with two, but one is really good to see and the other is faded. So that you can assume there are no two of them. And if you see in the spruce, there aren't. So, this was it for now. Sorry for the short inbox review, but what I say, I tried it today 4 times. Crying child, dog who is needs some attention. Oh, wait, I forgot something. The paint and decal guide. Here you can see the IP panel, how you have to install it, how to paint it. All the common decals. And yeah, that's 2 pages. It are a lot, but it's doable. Just take your time. What I already said, it's a hobby, so enjoy it. Don't rush it. The Italian version. Yeah, the 2 Italian versions. They look much the same. The German version. Quite an interesting scheme. Yeah, aluminium, silver. So that's the Canadian. What I said, the United Air Force looked more colorful. There are indeed more celebrations. 76 years. What exactly? I don't know. It's not there. Also. So the Spanish version, the Belgian version. If you like a good camouflage scheme, this is one maybe for you. And the Dutch version, that's the one I'm gonna make. So now it's really finished. I have everything. I'm looking forward to the build. If it goes like the other big Italeri scales models, they're pretty decent. I would say till now I only made the F-104G. I'm at the moment working on the F-35A. Has some weird ejection pin marks, but let's see how the build goes to the TF version. When I start building it, I will post it on Facebook, probably by ARC and some Dutch forums. So I hope you enjoy it, and if you hesitate, just buy the kit. It's a nice one. Thanks.